The International Court of Justice (ICJ) sets date for investigation of Israeli occupation of Palestine.
Here's a summary of the article.
The International Court of Justice announced yesterday that it will be proceeding with the investigation of the legal consequences of Israel's occupation of the Palestinian territories. A deadline of 25 July has been set for written submissions by state bodies and organizations on the question of Israel's occupation. The announcement comes after the ICJ received a request from the UN General Assembly last month to provide an advisory opinion on the illegality of Israel's occupation of Palestine. The Hague-based ICJ is the top UN court dealing with disputes between states. In a move condemned by Israel and welcomed by Palestinians, the General Assembly request covers Israel's occupation, settlement and annexation, including measures aimed at altering the demographic composition, character and status of the Holy City of Jerusalem, and from its adoption of related discriminatory legislation and measures. The UN resolution also asks the ICJ to advise on how those policies and practices affect the legal status of the occupation and what legal consequences arise for all countries and the UN from this status. Predictably, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has called the request for an ICJ opinion a despicable decision.
This post received a score of 3,900, with an upvote ratio of 90%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
If only people thought of other people as people.
This. We find a waterfall and put up our walls, when so many need to drink. Imaginary lines in the sand followed by real suffering. Abolishing all regional lines and have people help one another.
Quit paraphrasing System of a Down lyrics.
Why? If they help someone articulate their thoughts and feelings, what's the problem?
Can't we all just get the fuck along? Disorder. Disorder. Disorder.
What do you own the world? How do you own disorder? Disorder.
The check engine light of IGOs. Yep, they're occupying it. Now what?
Nothing. Remember, allies of the USA can't commit ethnic cleansing. They're just defending their national security and protecting their way of life.
Even many Muslim countries don't actually love the PLO. I think Egypt is high on that list.
Not only did Egypt shut down their border crossing with Gaza, they also destroyed every bootling for like 5 or 10 miles on their side just so they could make sure there were no tunnels. Even Israel is not that hardcore.
Egypt tore down all of southern Rafah, 15 buildings in total, in order to stop the smuggling of weapons and contraband through underground tunnels beneath certain buildings there.
The ICJ has no jurisdiction or authority in this matter. For the ICJ to have any standing, the various parties have to agree to be subject to it. Israel never has. It is why this and all the other investigations are just paper for recycling.
ICJ is asked for an advisory opinion on international law, it's not making binding judgments. ICJ has done this many times before.
Nothing will change. The two sides will keep killing each other.
One is an occupier, the other is defending their homeland. Those are the only two sides.
Both their homelands. This has been proven in archaeological findings time and time again. If you're 100% one side or the other, you're oversimplifying it. Greater than this has been proven in archaeological findings time and time again. What's your point? Hadrian forced the Jews out of Judea in like 132 AD and renamed the area Palestine. In the 1800 years they were gone, other people moved in.
Jews were never gone. There was a significant Jewish presence in the land of Israel from biblical times to the modern age.
For context, 2022 UN General Assembly resolutions on North Korea 1, Afghanistan 1, Venezuela 0, Myanmar 1, Lebanon 0, Pakistan 0, Hamas 0, Algeria 0, Turkey 0, Russia 6, China 0, Qatar 0, Saudi 0, Israel 15, Cuba 0, Syria 1, Iraq 0. Even during a full year of Russian war in Ukraine, killing thousands, destroying homes, buildings, schools, hospitals, animal shelters etc., and still somehow only about 1/3 of the resolutions Israel had faced. Yep, not biased at all.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.